Welcome to Day Zero Update for June 7th, 2026. I'm your host, Chris Elogi.
I'm Brandon Perkins.
And yeah, two-man crew because Danrib is down at Summer Game Fest
Yep.
itself. I think still there for a little bit, but we are not short of news. In fact, we have so much news, we're just not going to talk about what we've been playing
Nope, getting straight to the
because
good
there's
stuff.
too much to talk about. There's, what do I have? 4 showcases worth of things here, and even more beyond that because they didn't stop talking about games. There
Nope.
were at least like a dozen showcases this week, and I
Mm-hmm.
did not have time to look at all of them, but I did get a decent bit of things from various shows. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, we'll get to the start here of the news in the PlayStation State of Play. That was quite a big show. We'll
Oh,
skip
yes.
through some of these things, but we do have plenty of things here to talk about. And they started off with
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine. We got our first good look at a good segment of gameplay for that game.
Yep.
And it's like, what if Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man had a baby and it bled all over the place?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of sneaking in there, a little bit of weird crouching. That's like, I don't know that that's going to be much of what you're doing in this game, but
Mm.
at least for this little bit, he was doing some of that. But fighting a lot, fighting with Jean Grey, helping him
Mm-hmm.
out for a bit there, as well as I think some mutants are being kidnapped by the bad guys here. One of them,
Mm.
I guess, called Leech, that people know about. So yeah, that's a fun whole thing. There's lots of sort of body degradation when you take shots from weapons and get attacked and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The suit seems to take damage as well, but not always. Um, it respawns or like rebuilds itself at times. I don't know if that's cutscene stuff or what, but there's a lot of that kind of fun stuff in there.
Yeah, and it is bloody as all hell, too.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, is what you expect, because, I mean, it's Wolverine.
yeah.
Like, he has those
You
claws
don't
for a
you don't
reason.
necessarily expect that out of an Insomniac game.
No, but you definitely expect it out of a modern Wolverine game.
Yeah,
And, but yeah, like that seemed to be the theme of like every single reaction streamer I saw is all of them being admittedly a little, I wouldn't say shocked, but just a little bit like, wow, out of the trailer. 'Cause like you said, you don't expect that out of an Insomniac game, and this game is hella bloody, and
yeah,
in all the most creative ways too.
yeah. Maybe the one knock is that it kind of looks a little bit more spaghetti sauce ish, kind of when you see it, and then cleans off pretty quickly in a way that's early on you see him sort of walk through a puddle, and it's like, oh, this washes it off, and then it's gone by the time he gets out of the puddle on his entire body. And it's like, that'd be nice to not have be a thing. There are accessibility options around that, so
Yeah.
that is the thing that's potentially could be addressed there. And also, if you're a little squeamish, you can turn some of that stuff off and tone it down a bit.
Hmm.
Um, but he does, wreck a lot of these people pretty steadily
Oh yeah.
throughout this, as well as doing a really dumb thing where he's on the truck with the big metal pipes, and he decides to cut the strap while he's standing on it. He gets
Yep.
run over by a truck almost.
No, that is pretty stereotypical Wolverine.
Yeah, and it was also like we're doing like multiple Uncharted bits here. Was the hopping between the trucks kind of
Hmm.
thing, and then getting dragged by a truck for a bit
Yep.
while hanging on, a piece of like rope or something like that that was on the front of it. And yeah, that makes for quite a fun looking demo there. So
Hmm.
yeah, they kind of showed at the end like a little bit of you see some of the other characters that are going to show up. Uh, Now I'm blanking on which ones it is, but yeah, they got a decent amount of other characters here that are typical Wolverine characters. So yeah, that looks like it's
Yeah,
gonna be fun one.
they got they got Mystique showed up. Sabretooth obviously has to show up because he's basically Wolverine's rival.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm pretty sure that we also saw like an early form of Deadpool show up too, but
they have
jury's
some
still out
weirdo
on.
in a similar kind of outfit.
Yeah, and similar like weapons and stuff too. Could be him.
Yeah,
Could just be a member of the Hand. I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, that's a game that is still coming out September 15th, I believe it is.
hmm
Um, you can pre-order now if you really need to. Otherwise, wait. Not real need to spend a ton of money right now.
Yeah.
But they do have, yeah, like a deluxe edition with like five exclusive suits and five exclusive claws.
hmm
I guess they got skins for that stuff, as well as you get some extra technique points and the pre-order bonuses,
hmm
which seems to be another suit, another set of claws, and some avatars and another technique point. So I'll have all that available for you.
hmm
Luckily, it's only $10 more than usual, but yeah, that's looking quite good. Let's see. Yeah, they showed off Marvel Tokon, just showed off the Doctor Doom's crew,
hmm
which are all pretty reasonable choices for that, as they're kind of filling out the the roster. Let's see. We got to see what's going on with Rayman, which is that they are doing a full remake of Rayman Legends in a 3D art style.
Yep.
So it looks pretty close to what the 2D art style looked like, but it's 3D models, no cell shading.
hmm
Um, as well as some new segments like Crash Bandicoot-esque 3D platforming segments and such
Yep.
that are in this. And if you're like, why not just remaster Legends? It's like they already did that. Been out for ages, so you can check that out. It's not on the PS5. There's not a PS5 native version, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. But yeah, you still have that available. This is $40. But alongside that, if you, I think, pre-order, I guess maybe if you pre-order any version of this game, you get the Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition, which is a remaster of Rayman Origins, which is also really good. And that kind of leaked a bit. Had a Microsoft Store page show up for it, claiming it was $2,000, which is not what it's going to actually cost. It's going to be available separately, I assume, for $20. Um, and that seems like that's another good one if you want one of those. They don't. It doesn't seem like they've changed the art style on that at all. So
hmm
it's the same kind of great art style that had for that. So yeah, $40 for the base game, $50 for the deluxe edition, which includes some extra skins, an in-game art gallery, and yeah, some character skins based on Hoodlum Havoc, the Rayman 3.
hmm
So yeah, there's some stuff there. That's out October 1st. And if you're sensing a theme already, that September and October are release dates a lot of these games are getting. We'll keep going with that.
Yep.
Uh, we got a Dave the Diver prequel called Bancho the
hmm
Chef, focusing around, the very cool chef that sets up the restaurant. And
Yep.
Dave the Diver, you get to see his past, I guess.
hmm
And like this cooking simulation adventure game. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it actually does.
That's coming to PS5 and PC and no date yet,
hmm
so there's that. That looks neat. We got to look at Kamuri,
Yep.
which is the new game from Unseen, which is Ikumi Nakamura's studio,
Yep.
uh, where she worked on. Keep losing track of the name. I keep wanting to say like Backstreet Tokyo, but it's not that. It's Ghostwire Tokyo, I think.
Yeah.
where she's making another game about what if a specific part of Japan is infested by yokai, but
Yeah.
less dark, like horror-ish kind of stuff here. This
Mhm.
one's more three-player co-op, kind of maybe a little bit of Monster Hunter, maybe just a co-op action game kind of thing going on
Oh yeah.
here.
Mhm.
That looks pretty cool. Um, it'll be out next year. Yeah, so yeah, you got three different kinds of hunters, those sort of classes, I guess, and yeah, that looks pretty cool. So
Oh yeah.
it'll be out next year at some point, PS5 and PC.
Mhm.
So there's that. And then we got Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis, the remake of the first game,
Mhm.
which is out February 10th of next year. Let's see, they got the PS5, Xbox, PC. There's a Switch 2 version that they're
Mhm.
talking about, but they have not officially announced it yet, I guess. I don't know. I would
Mhm.
not be surprised if this gets featured on a Nintendo Direct that may be happening soon.
Mhm.
Because like, there's not many Switch 2 mentions on a lot of these games that you would expect.
Mhm.
So that might be why. And just to head it off, this game's
Mm.
using AI,
Yeah.
or the devs used AI. The Steam page went up and immediately smacks you in the face with, hey, we used AI for, what does it say here? AI assisted tools were used during development to support some early exploration and temporary development content. Any AI assisted assets were either replaced or refined by humans in order to maintain the creative and artistic vision of the development team. So they used for some pre production stuff, and there still might be some things in there that were AI generated that they touched up. As I, boy, you guys not know what to do with a remake of the first Tomb Raider?
Mm.
That you needed AI to help you with that, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a whole thing there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Ugh.
This is the first of the two Tomb Raider games. The other one I think is supposed to be out next year,
Mhm.
later on. I think this is supposed to be out later this year, but seems like it won't be out for a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Let's see. Then we got a trailer that looked like it could be a Jurassic Park game, but it's not a Jurassic Park game.
Nope.
It's called The Lost Wild. It seems to be like a survival horror, stealth kind of game.
Mhm.
Um, like the term they specifically use, yeah, immersive evasion based survival horror experience, which means that you won't fight back. You're going to avoid the dinosaurs, which is a smart plan.
I mean, that at least that makes sense. I mean, they're dinosaurs. Like, what the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah. Instead of a park, it seems like you're at like a research facility, kind of thing
Mhm.
where the dinosaurs have broken out. Seems like so. Yeah, that'll happen next year at some point for
Yeah.
PS5 and PC.
Mhm.
And this is a Annapurna interactive game, so should be pretty solid.
Yeah. Mhm. It actually
So
does
there's
look
that.
good, but
Yeah,
yeah, it does look good. So.
yeah. So that looks neat. It's a little bit of meat on the fire for the Dino Crisis people.
Mhm.
And then we got Phantom Blade Zero, which is coming to PS5 and PC. We got another trailer, and they said, "Hey, we're going to show more off yeah, gameplay and story deep dive
Mhm.
later this summer." So I guess this was planned for September 9th and is now coming out October 29th. So
Mm.
at least avoiding part of the problem of the glut we're getting in like the second half of September and early October. So we
Yeah.
get a little away from that, but
Mhm.
that still looks pretty neat. And so yeah, after that they kind of dove into Dune Awakening,
Yep.
which is the sort of survival open world kind of game that has been doing pretty well on PC.
Mhm.
This is coming to PS5 and Xbox as well on September 22nd. That I think is them going 1.0.
Mhm.
Not 100% sure on that, but That looks like a pretty solid game. You get to make your own character.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a couple different classes I guess you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that looks like that could be pretty good if you
Yeah.
are really into the Dune stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they got their like storyline stuff that's gonna be ready to go for that. So that
Oh
looks
yeah.
neat.
Yep.
You decide if you want to be a Duncan, Idaho, or I forget what the other terms they were using. I don't think you can
Yeah.
be the Timothy Chalamet, but you can be one of the other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You also get to make your own like ship, uh, or the like mosquito ship or
Mm-hmm.
dragonfly ship looking thing,
Yep.
which is a neat idea. So yeah, so there you go for that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, it looks neat. I might check this out.
Yeah, but you can throw that into the battle royale that is ensuing on late September, since that's
Oh yeah.
September 22nd.
Yeah.
Then we throw in another one on that bonfire, Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered, coming to everything October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's another one. That's another one you can throw on that pile.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna go back and re-record all the dialogue because those Dynasty Warrior dubs when they first came over here were kind of notorious for how unbelievably cheesy they were.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
But that was also part of the charm. So
I imagine that might be something that if they change, they will piss off the people that this is specifically appealing to.
yeah.
Obviously, you could do an optional change there, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we get to another one here. No Rest for the Wicked, the new ish game from what's their face, Moon Studios, the kind of disgraced studio at this point,
Yeah.
because of Thomas Mahler
Mm-hmm.
being outed as a let's say anti-Semite and overall shitty boss,
Yeah.
among other things. This is their like action RPG kind of thing. It has been in early access for a while. Seems like it'll hit
Mm-hmm.
1.0 on PS5 and PC in October, so no date yet on
Mm-hmm.
that. The Xbox and a Switch 2 versions will be later. They've specifically said the Xbox version is being delayed because of the Series S version that they're having some optimization issues with, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a shame for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there you go for that one.
Yeah.
Probably one to ignore.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of burnt out on those type of dark fantasy uh souls like shit at this point. So
Oh boy, have I got streams for you. If you don't want to play Souls likes.
ah.
Though not this one. Onimusha Way
Mm,
of the Sword finally got a date. I didn't write it down. I don't know why I didn't do that. That is September 25th.
mm-hmm.
Again, in that window.
Yep.
Where every other game is coming out. Also has a demo out now, so you can check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Play it for yourself.
Yep.
Which is good to see. And next game, Silent Hill Downfall. Said, hey, what if we join the party September 24th?
Mm,
Because why not? This is the one that's set in not America, or not like the like other town, other like Silent Hill towns. There's
mm-hmm.
like a New England town, Saint Amelia, I think it is.
Mm,
It's got a lot of like uh, dock stuff and all that. The protagonist is a black man, so
mm-hmm.
you'll have fun with that. So yeah, that looks neat. But yeah, it's another game coming out right there at the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
Then we followed into Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief, which is coming out October 2nd. Said, hey, what if we get right in there on that early October thing?
Yeah.
I think for whatever reason has a pre-order, or maybe not a pre-order bonus. I think it's a deluxe edition bonus for 3 days of early access.
Mm-hmm.
That is only on PlayStation for some reason. I don't know. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also for that pre-order bonus, you get a copy of Ace Combat Zero: The Belkin War. Much like I think in 7, you got a copy of Ace Combat 5
Hmm.
for pre-ordering it or buying it through some indeterminate early access or early release period.
Yeah.
This is another PS2 game from 2006.
Hmm.
It has the distinction of being the Japanese version was the last game published by Namco, and the North American version was the first game published by Namco Bandai Games.
Mm.
So that's when that came out. Is when that whole acquisition thing happened, and they changed to the weird name. Nobody could keep track of which order it came in,
Mm.
and now it's Bandai Namco, so that makes it even weirder. But this is looking good.
Hmm.
Still on the strange reel, whatever that is. I don't
Yeah.
really know what it is. I just know it's like it's like the storyline that ties a bunch of these games together. Not every single one, but most of them are tied together through this strange reel thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's weird.
Yes, it is. Extremely.
Which is why they call it strange reel. I don't know
Hmm.
that's why, but you got planes. You shoot other planes down, and you're probably averting some sort of war. I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's your October 2nd. So that's two games coming out in the first 2 days of October, and I think at least four coming out in late September.
Mm.
So great. Then we got a decent surprise here, Stuntman Hollywood,
Yep.
which is using license uh, properties because they partnered with Universal
Hmm.
for that. So they showed off in the trailer Miami Vice. There's Back to the Future, Fast and Furious, um, Death Race, which I thought was Mad Max, but sure, and Knight Rider's also in there.
Mm.
I was just like, sure, that's the ultimate version of this. Instead of doing legally distinct versions of these kinds of movies,
Mm.
uh, why not get the actual license? So yeah, that's a neat gimmick for this one.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's one you can check out at some point. I think it's maybe out this year. They don't have a date yet,
Hmm.
but that's PS5, Xbox, and PC. Then we got the goopiest game of Summer Game Fest, Ill.
Yep.
It's out next year, and they decided instead of the goopy naked monsters, they'd have a bunch of gore instead.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of blood and such, involving the guy stabbing a zombie in the head. It attaches to the wall, and then some creepy thing arms start crawling out of it. And it's like, yeah, that's enough for me with this game. Um, you got the big weird uh, bloody naked guy crawling through tunnels that are normal size for you but very small for him,
Mm.
and a bunch of other weird shit going on here. It's like, yeah, I don't need this.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the people here worked on some actual horror games. uh
Oh yeah.
Until Dawn, It, Welcome to Derry, VHS Beyond, Longlegs, Azrael, and various Sony Pictures horror uh projects. So
Mm.
great for the people that want this, so enjoy.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Control Resonant.
Oh yeah.
Looking cool. September 24th.
Yep. I will be there.
That's Silent Hill versus Control Resonant
Yeah.
versus Onimusha. So, yeah.
I loved the original Control. Absolutely adored it. So I will absolutely be there to play this when it comes out.
Yeah. And then we got our PS Plus segment where they said RuneScape Dragon Wilds is coming to PS5 later this year,
Hmm.
launching on PS Plus Extra or Premium.
Mm.
Which is an open world survival crafting game in the RuneScape universe. That's done decently on Steam, but I feel like isn't super popular by the hardcore RuneScape crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Not really what they want. They want,
Mm.
another MMO. This
Yeah.
is more survival. And I'm like, sure, I'll try this out. When I said a beloved franchise, I was like, RuneScape would have never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one to check out. We do
Oh
get a
yeah.
date later. I'll see where that's at. I think it was on Summer Game Fest. Let me see. Yeah, September 15th. So Wolverine Day, which
Mm-hmm.
makes sense because that's when they would put the game catalog stuff out in the middle of the month. So
Mm.
we also got some classics here that'll be for PS Plus Premium. Gitaru Man for
Yeah.
June, so that'll be here
Whole
in a couple weeks.
holy shit. That is a name I have not heard in got to be 20 years now.
Yeah, one of those games. One of those are like cult hits of the PS2 era.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah, if you don't know, it's basically a rhythm game.
Yep.
Um, but you're kind of having how would I describe this? You kind of have like the line that you're doing the notes on is kind of this line that's twisting around the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a highway or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not like Parappa the Rapper where you just have to hit the button sequences. There's like some other stuff involved with it.
Yeah. And it seems like for July it's going to be PsyOps the Mindgate Conspiracy, which that is one of the best like 7 games you would get as far as reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a game that's not great, but it's got really interesting things about it
Yeah.
that makes it engaging, and you'll deal with the frustrations to enjoy that fun stuff. And yeah, like that whole game's gimmick is that you gain these like psyops powers that you can like
Mm-hmm.
pick up stuff with your mind and throw it around. And I believe that has a specific song from some band, probably from 2004. That yeah, with my mind by Cold.
Yep. I remember it. Yeah, they had the music video that came with the game and everything.
Yeah,
That was actually
that's the thing.
something that like that Midway was doing back then. Because
Yeah,
they did the same thing with Mortal Kombat Deception.
yeah,
I mean, was it Deception? No, it was Deadly Alliance. That was the one. Um, and yeah, that one had Immortal by I think the band was called Aqua or something like that. But yeah, it was like new metal shit.
yeah. It was cheaper to do things like that back then.
hmm
Remember the first Spider-Man movie
Yep.
and the song that featured the guy from Nickelback and Saliva, I think it was.
The buttiest of butt rock that was ever recorded.
Yeah,
Yes, the one guy from Nickelback, the other guy from Saliva. Yeah.
yeah.
They say a hero can save us. Yeah, that shit. I remember it
Yeah.
very clearly.
Yep. So yeah, that was the thing. And then August for the PS Plus classics for premium is going to be Onimusha Dawn of Dreams.
hmm
So if you were thinking that Capcom was going to remaster all the Onimusha games, no, they're giving up on the fourth mainline one.
Yeah.
So they haven't done 3 yet, so there's still time for that.
Mm.
For this one, they're just putting out. Um, I assume this one has some musician as the main character. This guy's too
Yeah.
pretty to not be something like that.
Let me
Um,
see.
next the picture there is too pretty of a
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I see him.
Um, yeah, I'm not seeing anything here about who that is. Character named Soki.
hmm
So sure. But yeah, that'll be available in August, and so yeah, those are some pretty solid games.
Hmm.
Then we get to the last 2 games here for the state of play, and this was one I wasn't expecting because the trailer for a while just looks like a knockoff of the beginning of Far Cry 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is this some Far Cry game thing here, or is this what's going on here? And then I saw the decision where they're running away from a bad guy and decision to like push the guy off the cliff or the to jump for it, and you see
Mm-hmm.
the guy get pushed and he lands on the rocks below instead of in the water.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it goes to Until Dawn 2, and you see Peter Stormare. And I'm like, all right, this is looking pretty good now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, instead of the kind of mountain horror kind of stuff that the first game was, it seems to be more of a uh, these people are on a tropical island, and turns out it's abandoned for a reason
Yeah.
because bad shit's going on there.
Yeah.
I think they're there to film a TV show, and then some bad shit goes on.
Yeah. It's like, you'd think somebody at some point would be like, I don't know, man. I've seen one too many movies where shit goes down like this.
It wouldn't be a horror thing if they
If
had,
everybody wasn't fucking stupid.
yeah, if they understood context
Mm-hmm.
instead of being like, "Oh, score, there's nothing here." Great. That's next year. And then we end on one more thing they talk about. It's 20 minutes of gameplay for this. And
Mm-hmm.
it turns out to be the next God of War, featuring Faye,
Mm-hmm.
as the game is titled La Faye, which is interesting because I had not played enough of Ragnarok
Mm-hmm.
to get to her parts of it. And so I was not
Yeah.
expecting to be like, okay, well, who is this wife? Wait, Deborah Ann Wool, the woman I just saw in the Daredevil stuff?
Yep.
Being like, what the fuck is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that being a whole fun thing there.
Yeah.
And she's dead. And so they show the beginning of the first game,
Yep.
her body getting burnt up, and her spirit is essentially sent to what seems like the afterlife realm of the gods, not just
Mm-hmm.
Norse gods, but all gods.
Yep.
Because you run into some that seem to be from Egypt, and I think the other one's maybe Tibet.
Well, it's Mongolia, but
Okay.
well, it's Mongolia, but that particular figure is a fairly that particular deity is a pretty prominent figure in Tibetan Buddhism.
Yeah.
But it's Sekhmet is the Egyptian one. That's the goddess of war, and the other one is Bexi, who is again an ancient Mongolian and Tibetan Buddhist god of war. So
Yeah.
yeah, basically it's just the place where all gods go when they die. And I would not be surprised if she ends up running into members of the Greek pantheon down there at some point.
Yeah. Maybe runs into her husband's father.
Zeus, yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus, probably Hades. I wouldn't be surprised if Ares gets mentioned somewhere.
Yeah. And yeah, people were like surprised by the name here. I was looking it up in Norse mythology. It's literally or like Loki is his name is literally son of Laufey.
Yep.
Um, so her name, yeah, doesn't really mean anything so much, at least clearly. More that Loki is the son of Laufey and all that. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's revealed at the end of God of War to be from Jotunheim, so one of the
Yep.
giants.
Yep. She's one of the Jotun. Yes.
So yeah,
And of course it became the cause celeb for all the worst people on the internet.
yeah. Like, why isn't she hot? And it's like, she is hot. What are you talking about? Also, the fun thing is that she runs into a gelatinous cube, a sentient gelatinous
Yeah,
cube.
with a sword stuck in him.
Yeah, with the sword is not sentient, but the ribbons attached to it are.
Mm-hmm.
Natural things that happen in God of War.
Yeah, the gelatinous cube is what really threw me off.
Apparently, it's named Frank, and not the way you would think it's spelled. It's Essentially, like, what if you said we make this hilariously French? So it's Pranque,
Mm-hmm.
because why not? Make that character, and that character is just smashing dudes in the background,
Mm-hmm.
which is a cool
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny to see like the key art for this game being her holding the sword with blood on it, and then just a gelatinous cube next to her.
Yeah. Guess why
Like
not?
this is a very serious thing going on, and then gelatinous cube.
Uh,
Like, what are we
yeah.
doing here with D&D shit?
Yeah. Then again, the other two modern God of War games had their silly shit too. So
Yeah, but they don't typically put it on the box art.
no, no, they don't.
But yeah, this looks really cool. No date on it. Which I don't think is more. I don't think it's because it's that far off. It's probably they just want to wait till they have a firm date
Mm-hmm.
rather than delay it a bunch. Because I think they had to do that a bit with Ragnarok, so
Mm.
no sense making that a big issue.
Yeah.
But we got to see 20 minutes of that, and that looks like a pretty good start to the game.
Mm-hmm.
She gets to kick some ass. She doesn't get bloody so much as dirty
Mm-hmm.
through all that, and yeah, so that looks like a fun time. So yeah, that's the PlayStation State of Play.
Mm.
What here is looking good for you, Brandon?
Well, Wolverine, first of all, like right off the bat. Also, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. I'm very excited for that one. Let's see. Dune Awakening looks pretty neat. Um, Ill also looks kind of neat. Um, and honestly, I loved the last two God of War games, so God of War Laufey looks pretty good too.
Yeah. So yeah. Um, I think things for me, yeah, Wolverine will be one I get when that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
What else is here? I think maybe Ace Combat 8. I have to play through 7 to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Control I'd like to get, but maybe I'll wait on that one
Yeah.
for a bit because still have. Again, there's just in this showcase, there's like 8 things coming out within about a week or so of each other.
Yeah.
So there's kind of not a ton of time for that, and we haven't gotten to everything else. And got a
Mm.
Warlofty, but that's so far off. I'm not really worried about that right now, and until Dawn 2 as well for
Mm-hmm.
next year. Um, so yeah, some stuff there to check
Mm.
out. Um, I guess maybe Onimusha. I don't know. I need to. I feel like I need to beat the first one that I had the remaster for. Or
Yeah.
I really am like I'm an Onimusha guy now.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'll play the demo. I don't know. But we'll get to Summer Game Fest, which was on a Friday. 2
Mm-hmm.
hours of stuff here, and we'll kind of skip through it. They started off with Resident Evil Veronica. I knew this was a Capcom thing because they have a specific art style for their things.
Oh yeah.
But the way they showed the logo, like VER, I was like, is this Resident Evil 5?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it's that one because that's been rumored, but it was Resident Evil Veronica. They got rid of the code. Out
Yeah.
next year. And so, sure.
Yeah. So those who don't remember, Code Veronica was originally a Dreamcast game.
Yeah,
And they eventually ported it over to, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, GameCube. But it was first originally a Dreamcast game.
and the last of the tank control games.
Yep, the very last. Because I'm pretty sure it was Resident Evil 4 that came afterwards. Well, no, it was Resident Evil 0, which
Yeah,
was a remake of the first Resident Evil. But,
which had its own direct control thing,
yep.
so they were just building off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And they
It's,
ported 2 and 3, I think, to GameCube as well.
yeah, they did.
That's just like very bare bones ports.
Yeah. And this is the one like mainline Resident Evil game I've never played. So
Yeah, it's a very field game.
yeah, even though I have a Dreamcast. So
Yeah, So yeah, that'll be a thing coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
No date, so it's probably not early next year.
Yeah.
Then we got a fun announcement here where they were very specifically doing a reference for the old Muppet Show news segments
Mm-hmm.
um, to announce new Cuphead games. They announced a new hand animated one that would be a sequel to the first game. That would be, whenever it's ready. And then
Mm-hmm.
said they had another one that's coming sooner called Mighty Cuphead Adventure, which is an 8-bit, action platformer thing. It feels very much like a what would it be? Is it the Scrooge McDuck game? Um, that's kind of the vibe they're going for here,
Yeah.
like an NES Capcom kind of game.
Yeah, like an NES Capcom Disney collaboration.
Yeah, though it's not based on the NES hardware limitations, based on the or the Master System, the Sega Master System,
Yeah,
because they are producing actual carts for this that will play on a Sega Master System.
because of course they do.
Yeah, so that's it's a fun thing they're doing here. They don't have a date for it, but I assume probably be early next year, something like that, for that. But yeah, that has um, I think the four main characters as playable.
Mm.
Um, Cuphead, Mugman. I forget what the girl is called. I forget. And then their tea kettle dad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, they could play as those four characters for
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, that looks neat. That was a fun announcement. We got to see a little bit of Alien Isolation 2, mostly setting stuff for this. That's
Mm-hmm.
out next year. PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to see Gen Atlas. This is the game that was formerly called Project Robot from Gen Design, which is
Mm-hmm.
Fumito Ueda's game,
Yep.
the creator of Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian.
Yep.
His first game in almost a decade,
Mm-hmm.
which looks neat.
I mean, it makes sense that it's his first game in almost a decade when you consider the absolute hell he had to go through to get Last Guardian published in the first place.
Yeah, he kind of took a break for a while. And it's coming back here with this game, which seems like you're a robot dude that potentially controls and pilots other robots.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe chunks of them that can use them to get around
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So that looks neat.
Mm-hmm. Definitely looks neat. All I will say though is that some of the textures seem a little rough. But I mean the game's still in development, so.
Yeah, there's no date on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Blood Message, which is a Souls like
Yeah, like
kind
that.
of looking thing, I think.
Yeah.
We got Nettie's game, uh, big budget game that they're letting actually get released instead of
Mm-hmm.
everything else that they're canceling.
Yeah.
This is set in the late Tang Dynasty in 848 AD, which of course it's set in China, so they let that make it through. But anything
Yeah.
else, you get fired.
Yep.
Uh, that could be neat, but no date on it, so who knows when it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We got Stranger Than Heaven with probably one of the weirdest things to happen this entire set of shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's out January 15th, and it features the digital corpse of Tupac Shakur in it, which would be one thing if the estate was as you would expect the family of his, but
Mm-hmm.
I found out alongside, a lot of other people that no, it's a white businessman who somehow has control of his estate and not his
Yep.
sister at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So when Snoop Dogg was on stage talking about working with his estate to make this happen, he wasn't talking to his sister or anything.
No.
He was talking to a guy who likes money,
Yeah.
doesn't care about Tupac's legacy,
Mm-hmm.
and a guy who was famously killed by gang violence being part of a game about gang violence.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that's like, that's not great.
Mhm.
So there's certainly some backlash building up for this. I don't know if it's
Mm.
going to be enough to get them to take him out.
Mhm.
But yes, Snoop's in this. His son is in this.
Yeah.
To which Jeff Keighley asked about, the game studio they announced at one of the previous shows. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, we're doing stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. This is a game that already has one dead guy in it.
Yeah.
That doesn't really have any business being in here because he died, 12 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, so it's not too surprising that they would get another dead guy.
Mhm.
But of that, it's one of the most famous dead guys in recent history whose image has been used for other things.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's like, yeah, there's a little bit of a bad taste left over from this.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was not a great thing to happen there.
Mhm.
Then we got this weird atmospheric, like co-op first-person survival game, I guess,
Yeah.
called Hex, though it's spelled
Yep.
Haex.
Yeah.
It's for PC that has some weird alien cube shit going on.
Mhm.
This guy gets this weird cube that he puts into weird things that causes other weird things to happen, and yeah, it's one of those kind of games that could be pretty neat. I don't know,
Mhm.
but that's out next year for
Mm.
PC.
Yeah.
Then we got Mortal Shell 2. They showed some of that, and there's an open beta out now, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out
Mhm.
on Steam right now.
Yep.
There's Sand Raiders of Sophie, which is kind of a neat game where it seems like you team up with a few other people to build these big, I don't know, like Wild Wild West style, like ships to go across these sand dunes and such.
Mhm.
That you're kind of building out in a neat way to kind of get across these landscapes and fight other people and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
They're doing a Server Slam playtest right now. It's out June 10th, so you can check that one out. Then we got this game resurfacing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin,
Mhm.
now under the banner of Paramount Games Studio, because, yeah, Paramount basically merged all the Skydance publishing stuff
Mhm.
into one company under their banner. So you know for sure it's under the shitty management of Paramount,
Mm.
which unfortunately also owns TMNT.
Yeah.
So they're the ones behind this, and they revealed that the studio making this is Platinum Games,
Mm.
studio who has a bad track record of making TMNT games.
They have a bad track record of doing tie-in games. Period.
Yeah, but TMNT was the one that I feel like broke the spell for people,
Mhm.
thinking everything Platinum did was good.
Mhm.
And that one was not a great game. And so maybe this will be better. But I'm also
Mhm.
like, I don't know that I want to buy a Paramount game. Yeah, I guess this is a different version from the one that was announced previously. Because
Mhm.
that was published by THQ Nordic, being developed by Black Forest Games.
Mhm.
That one is essentially been shelved to do this one.
Mm.
I guess is why this doesn't really have platforms or a date or anything.
Mhm.
They probably restarted development pretty recently. Well, that's weird among everything. So there's that. And then we got a new licensed game, Gundam Rogue Orbit. I feel like the biggest budget game the Gundam series has gotten in a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy shit.
Because I feel like a lot of the recent ones have been like, how do we make a free to play game out of Gundam?
Mhm.
Or how do we make a game like other games that existed? Like let's make an action RPG that's like Gundam or Overwatch or a survival game or a multiplayer game.
Mhm.
This one seems to be like a big budget Bandai Namco um, action game.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're playing as the ace pilot Rex, RE-X. The Gundam Helix you're controlling here, which it took me a bit to realize, try to figure out, like, is this Gundam or is this Transformer? Because the art
Yeah.
style, it's not like a Gundam mechs are usually more colorful than this is.
Yeah,
This is
typically.
like a pretty bland, like this is a pretty bland gray and some purple accents on it.
Yeah.
So it could have easily been Transformers, depending on how it went. And but it went Gundam. That's neat. That's next year. PS5, Xbox, PC. Let's see. We got an indie game, an egg extremely hard game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cookies and cream like, where you're, two people controlling this, the handles on this nest that has
Mm-hmm.
their egg on it. These
Yep.
two ducks' eggs.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get past these obstacles without dropping the eggs or destroying it.
Mm.
And that's out July 24th on PC. So that's one you can check out pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Uh, actually might. Well, I actually might look that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Smilegates managed to find another team to try to make a Crossfire game happen.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Yeah.
Remedy, it is That's No Moon,
Mm-hmm.
which is a studio of some very talented people.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
this game seems to be an Army of Two like,
Mm-hmm.
because it features two characters who are kind of working through cover-based shooting situations and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Though these two don't like each other all that much. They're
Mm-hmm.
not like Army of Two was a bro game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no date on this. PS5, Xbox, PC.
Mm-hmm.
Looks all right.
It looks
Um,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, we got Guild Wars 3 got announced.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the blood in the water of Destiny 2 shutting down, or not shutting down, but stopping development. They
Yeah.
said, what if we be the ones to usher in the next evolution of the MMO action
Mm.
situation? So they
Yep.
announced this for PS5 and PC. It'll be out, or not. There's no date on it yet. There's going to be the first beta test is planned for fall 2027.
Yeah. So next year.
Yeah, you got to wait almost a year and a half for a beta test
Mm.
that they're announcing now. So that's where they're at.
Mm.
We got to see some Star Wars Galactic Racer, which looks neat still. It's October 6th.
Mm.
Throw that in that early October file.
Mm-hmm.
And we got another game here, End of Abyss. That's also October 1st. This is a weird, like, sci-fi action adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the other games that Epic Games is publishing
Yep.
for PS5, Xbox, and PC. So that could be pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of in a bunch of spooky, abandoned spaces with weird, goopy monsters. So that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Last Harbor, which is like this is like a seafaring open world zombie survival game
Mm-hmm.
for PC. So that's a thing. We got Virtua Fighter Crossroads with a trailer that's is very confusing.
Yeah.
Because this seems like their campaign thing, but it still doesn't really explain the campaign.
Yeah.
They did have an additional like showcase afterwards
Yeah.
that seems to suggest this is the campaign for the competitive fighting game,
Mm-hmm.
where it's got a bit of Yakuza to it, which makes sense because it's Ryu ga Gotoku.
Yeah.
But you have like choices you'll make that'll change the story, I guess.
Yeah.
And you'll run into the various characters that are in the game and all that. It's got interesting talent working on it.
Oh yeah.
The world building supervisor is David Hayter.
Yeah.
The lead writer is Brad Kane, who worked on Ghost of Tsushima and As Dusk Falls.
Mm-hmm.
What else here? Scenario director is Tsuyoshi Furuta, who's worked on a bunch of the Yakuza Judgment games.
Mm-hmm.
And scenario writer is Shinji Yamamoto, who's worked
Yep.
on a bunch of Atlas games like Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4, Dancing All Night, Persona 3,
Mhm.
Shin Megami Tensei 4, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner, Raiden
Mhm.
Kuzunoha versus the King Abaddon.
Mhm.
I was like, that's an interesting swath of people to be working on this.
Mm.
So yeah, this is set in the year 20XX,
Mhm.
and the use of firearms in the city will be punished by death. That's why
Yeah.
everybody fights by hand.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're having a big festival called Villa Fight Fest.
Mhm.
So the story of every fighting game is there's a tournament.
Yeah.
They figured out a fancy way to do that as a story mode.
Yep.
So there you go. And yeah, like I guess they don't really even show like UI to suggest like the fights will be like the fights. Could just
Yeah.
be brawler stuff
Mhm.
like a Yakuza, which would be weird considering you'd want to learn how to play the game while playing the campaign.
Yeah. Especially a Virtua Fighter game, because those are like the tech, the most technical of fighting games.
Yeah, like there's one bit where they're fighting inside the restaurant,
Mhm.
multiple people, so it's like yeah, that probably isn't fighting game controls. I don't know, but there's also more proper ones in arenas and whatnot. So I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's Virtua Fighter 6 because they put the VI in Virtua Red
Mhm.
compared to everything else. So yeah, yeah, they showed off some Soul Frame, which still exists. I got a code for that from
Mhm.
the Game Informer uh, issue that came out.
Mm.
Grounded 2 has a new update and it's coming to PS5 August 11th alongside that update.
Yeah.
Still not hitting 1.0,
Mhm.
so there's that. There's an expansion for Mafia the Old Country
Mhm.
that apparently features a young version of the Don from the first Mafia,
Yeah.
which I would not have known if Jeff Keighley didn't call that out.
Mhm.
That's August 14th. We got the first real actual game coming out from Patrice Désilets after Assassin's Creed. If
Mm.
you remember, he left Ubisoft to work on his own game, and then that studio got bought by Ubisoft. Then he left
Mhm.
again, and then worked on that weird, Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey game,
Yeah.
uh, which was very weird. But now has a new game. That's apparently the one he wanted to work on all along, called
Mhm.
1666 Amsterdam,
Yeah. And I
which
gotta admit, it actually this legit looks like something like I really want to play.
yeah,
Because you're literally playing a stereotypical witch with like a broom and everything.
yeah, like a witch in this city. Uh, has the vibes of like an Assassin's Creed city.
Yeah.
And yeah, the neat thing is they have a prologue demo out now, so you can check that out
Mhm.
to get a little taste of what that game's doing.
Mhm.
So yeah, seems like it takes place over three timelines:
Yeah.
1666, 1999, and present day.
Mhm.
So that's fun.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this is like the shit that's like right up my alley.
Yeah, and it's like a theme that's been going here is there's a lot of horror games in this show.
Yeah.
Um, and they follow it up with, what if we have a Saw game, a new Saw game?
Yeah. I was going to say they've had Saw games before.
Yeah, but this one's multiplayer,
Yeah, it's like a 3v1.
something like that. This is a Bloober Team game.
Mhm.
That or they're publishing it, I guess. Yeah, 3v1 multiplayer horror game, which is a neat idea.
Mhm.
Previous ones are just like a narrative thing of you doing the icky stuff.
Mhm.
This one you work with other people, probably Dead by
Yep.
Daylight esque. So yeah, that's the thing that's
Mhm.
happening. No date for it, but they are taking signups for closed alpha.
Mhm.
Lords of the Fallen 2 is happening still. It's out in the fall, no date. Star Wars Zero Company is coming out August 27th, and
Mm-hmm.
that looks really neat. I think this is set between the two trilogies, the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Or it might be set during during the Clone Wars, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense when they show off Anakin Skywalker's in the game. That's cool.
Yeah. Although admittedly he does look kind of fugly, but
Yeah. Um, that might be just kind of the art style of this game.
could be.
Because like even the main characters they show on here, they're human. Um, looks like David Harborish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying David Harbour's ugly. I'm just saying he has a specific disheveled look to
Mm-hmm.
him. But that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the Blood of Dawn Walker, we already knew that's September 3rd. They showed off a fun little trailer of a guy delivering blood to the vampire guy, and he
Mm-hmm.
sees him sucking on it and is freaked out for legit reasons. I'd have
Mm-hmm.
split faster than he did.
Mm-hmm.
I think seeing that would be a thing that gets them coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's his choice.
Yeah.
Then we got Among Us. We have a new game, Among Us Story on Guard. Seems like an adventure game
Mm-hmm.
where you're doing the Among Us stuff, but you're just figuring it out on your own
Yeah.
rather than playing multiplayer. So
Mm-hmm.
that's neat. Then we got 007 First Light, where they essentially announced, "Hey, we're doing more stuff,"
Mm-hmm.
which is like cool. Um, they've also sold 2.7 million copies in the first week,
Mm-hmm.
which is also great. And they announced their year one roadmap, which are adding like new challenges and upgrades, which makes sense because if you don't know, besides the campaign, there's a tac sim mode, which is
Mm-hmm.
a tactical simulation mode, which essentially is like the escalation missions and such in Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
You get to play the missions, with different challenges and such going on. So that's a thing they're probably adding more to. They also have New Game Plus, which I'm like, wait, what's New Game Plus about this game?
Mm-hmm.
They're also adding new gadget, the glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and also announced that Bama will return. The Lenny Kravitz character, they'll have a new mission with him in it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing the Hitman stuff with 007 First Light, which I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Figured it'd be like we put it out, maybe we'll put out an expansion, but we're not evolving this game. But they seem to be doing that, so cool. More content for people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we got Aeon 2 announced. This is an MMO. I think one of the Korean ones. Yeah, because it's the purple platform is a sign that it's Korean,
Mm-hmm.
because that is a Korean platform. They announced a new expansion for Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, yeah, seems about time for the Reclamation project to rebuild that game's reputation after everybody tore it asunder like 2 weeks after the game came out.
Yeah.
They're like, this game's neat, but it's also not challenging,
Mm-hmm.
and we're sickos. We want
Yeah.
challenging. Maybe that'll come with that, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's next year at some point. We got Swords of Legends,
Mm-hmm.
which tell me if you haven't heard of this before, a Chinese Souls-like based
Yep.
on Chinese mythology
Yep.
or literature mythology, it seems like. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with Twitch, I'm pretty sure they had God mode on the entire time in that demo
Mm-hmm.
because the guy never takes any damage. Let's see, we got Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. They're doing a new Hot Wheels racing game that's out September 24th. I guess the third game I've mentioned here that's out that same day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, arcade racing game with some fun stuff to it. Let's see, Sonic Racing Crossworlds has some new DLC packs,
Mm-hmm.
mostly crossover stuff. I think I linked the wrong things here.
Mm-hmm.
But they like Godzilla's one for next year. Evangelion.
Mm-hmm.
How you know you've gone too far in your crossover stuff is when you get to the Evangelion Horizon,
Mm-hmm.
where you're like, all right, we have to acknowledge that there's this audience of anime people that are sickos for Evangelion,
Yeah.
who may very well buy anything that gets to that
Yeah.
property.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they have? Avatar
Yep.
is another one they announced there. And TMNT is out
Mm-hmm.
July, so yeah. And then they also announced Sonic Pico Park, a
Mm-hmm.
partnership with the team that made Pico Park, but Sonic characters in it, because why not?
Yeah, sure.
Part of
Why the
their
hell not?
35th anniversary for Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I sure hope you have a Sonic stream to announce all this stuff, because if this is what you got, people are going to be rioting in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they will have other stuff. It was funny to see the 35th anniversary and like, these are part of our 35th anniversary celebration. I'm like, oh no,
Mm.
you're going to anger the furries.
Yeah.
Let's see. Attack on Titan reached the Dragon Ball Z horizon, where they can now make games featuring the entire story.
Mm-hmm.
As they announced Attack on Titan 3 from Omega Force. So
Mm-hmm.
that is no date yet, but that's on everything. They're gonna have a special stream on July 1st, so I assume a date will come then.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see more of Clutch, which is the new game from Maverick Games, which is former Forza Horizon people.
Mm.
They announced the game earlier this week, and then showed more off at Summer Game Fest, which is
Mm.
an open world action driving game with a lot of like Need for Speed esque story to it.
Yeah.
That could be pretty fun. We still got Chronicles Medieval that's hitting early access later this year. Sea of Remnants was one in one of the previous daily streams.
Mm-hmm.
Had a new trailer that didn't announce anything.
Yep.
Hitman World of Assassination came in and said, we got Wiz Khalifa in our next elusive target. He's an MMA fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, sure, why not?
Why the hell not?
That's out now. Power World's hitting 1.0 July 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So the game is like actually finished.
Yeah, or will be soon.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see. Then we got The Wolf Among Us 2 returned.
Yep.
That'll be out next year. And they said if you haven't played the first game or haven't played it in a while, we'll remaster that for this holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
You can check that out.
Oh yeah.
Then we got
And that's a game that's been a long time coming.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they were like either in the middle of developing or almost finished with developing it when Telltale shut down the first time.
yeah. And then they rebooted that when they reformed.
Yeah.
And they were working with the studio that did Dispatch, but
Mm-hmm.
then decided to reboot the overhaul their tech, which is a smart thing to do. But that
Mm-hmm.
team, I guess, had nothing to do for a while, so they just cut them loose. Said like, you guys can
Mm-hmm.
do your own thing, and
Yeah.
they did, and they made Dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
So the team that's working on this is PM Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first season was really good. Hopefully, the second season is great too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to Stellar Blade Blood Rain, not that Blood Rain,
Nope.
regular Blood Rain,
Yeah.
and also a new character. I think I thought the main character of the first game was Evie.
Yeah, the first Evie was the character of the first game. This character, she is in the first game, but she's
This
like
must
a
be
side
another
character.
Evie.
It could be.
It says introducing new protagonist Evie.
Yeah.
And I guess some word coming out since then is that they took Evie and made her shorter and hotter, I guess. I don't know what
And slightly more juvenile looking, I suppose.
yeah, I guess. To which shitty people are like, that's a boy. I'm like, oh, okay. That's an opinion you can have, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, in the same universe as Stellar Blade, but I guess a different Eevee.
Okay, no, okay, no. Evie is okay. No, uh, the first character in the first game was just Eve.
Okay.
Because remember, there was that whole and Eve bullshit that was going on.
Yeah. So I could also just say Eevee counts for that as well.
Yeah.
Not that
All I'm
different of a
hoping
name.
is, I mean, I'm sure this game's going to be fun because the first one was, but I'm just hoping the writing's better.
Yeah, the start of this trailer is not great.
No, no, it isn't.
Just like she's, tailing these people, and then a guy takes the thing and turns into a big monster that explodes,
Mm-hmm.
like a terrorist kind of thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then she rips off her jacket to reveal her very tight outfit there, and yeah,
Mm.
becomes Stellar Blade. So yeah, they're saying this evolves the universe in ambitious new ways.
Mm.
Because the first game was kind of an abandoned Earth, right?
Well, I mean, it was basically just a straight up rip off of Near Automata.
Yeah,
Like, straight up, like, almost beat for beat.
yeah. Where this is kind of a cyberpunkish city
Yeah,
that
I'm
this
pretty
character's
sure.
in.
Yeah, because at the end of Stellar Blade, there's like this whole thing where like the people that were like stored away in like cold storage in the city that you sort of acts as your hub, they all are suddenly start waking up. So I'm guessing this is like years afterwards when the city has like actually expanded outward and there's more
Yeah,
people. I'm guessing that's
and they're like, we have to follow what Blade Runner set up.
yeah.
That's the city we have to make.
Yeah, it has to look like Kowloon, the walled city in Hong Kong.
Yeah, that mixed with Midgar from FF7.
Yeah, which
It's just
ironically was also heavily inspired by the Kowloon walled city in Hong Kong.
yeah,
Basically, every one of these like high-rise, heavy cyberpunk cityscapes you see, they're all inspired by Kowloon walled city in Hong Kong.
yeah. Not surprising, but yeah,
Hmm.
that's the thing. No date, no platforms. I assume at
Hmm.
least PlayStation and PC. Let's see. We got Street Fighter 6 Year 4,
Yep.
which features three characters and Tifa.
Yeah.
And they said
Three
they're
new
changed up some of the
characters.
systems to fit Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But just like, is this going to be the annoying character?
Yeah, this is going to be the annoying character.
The one that doesn't play like every other character?
The one that probably ends up getting banned from tournaments.
Maybe. But yeah, that's Year Four's pass, so I assume they'll start putting out the first one this summer. Yeah, that looks like what that is.
Hmm.
So there's that. And then they ended on the big one, which makes sense. You follow up the Tifa announcement for Street Fighter 6 with Final Fantasy 7 Revelation,
Yep.
PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
Third and last in the Final Fantasy remake
Yeah,
trilogy.
yeah, they're doing the thing. They're finishing the story. Spring 2027, be out on everything at once.
Hmm.
And if it doesn't sell that well, then they have nothing else to blame but themselves. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, Rebirth sold really well, didn't it?
It sold well. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was like, amazingly well. But that's also the thing, the risk you take when you are putting out a trilogy of things
Hmm.
and you're requiring people to play the first game to understand what's going on in the second
Yeah.
and all that. And it's like, yeah, there's probably still a decent sized audience that would buy the bundle that has all three games in it.
Hmm.
That'll take you 300 hours to beat.
Yep.
Because I jumped back into Rebirth, where I'm going through the swamp stuff because I
Mm.
scoured as much of that first lane mess as I could.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I fought the big snake monster. That was a weird fight. And I'm going through the mines, doing all the shit in there.
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, this is still good. But also, there's like crafting system. There's all these other systems, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to engage with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I just have this issue where I uh, don't have a ton of healing items.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I'll get through it. But I'm like, I'm still pretty early on, and I'm at least 14 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a daunting thing to say.
Yeah.
When I haven't even gotten to the things that really pad it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Vincent will be in this as a playable character. They made a big deal of that because you got Matt Mercer voicing him,
Mm-hmm.
had him on stage to talk about the various things going on there.
Yeah.
If you thought this was going to be a smaller game than Rebirth, no. Get the high wind to fly around,
Mm-mm.
to go around to the different areas, and you get to Fortnite your way off the high wind,
Mm-hmm.
which is great.
Yeah.
They had the Medial region they mentioned here, the Wutai region. Um, those seem like the new areas, at least what they're showing off so far and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Vincent Valentine's news. Sid Highwind is also new.
Mm.
Um, Vincent can turn into his monster form, and Sid can get on top of him to do some extra attacks.
Mm.
So there's like a bunch of that kind of stuff. It's is a new thing that they announced. It's a job system,
Mm-hmm.
but it changes your clothes like 10 to.
Yep.
And of course, the one they show off is the one that accentuates Tifa's boobs even more.
Yep.
They made sure they do that.
Yeah, they have to do that. It's like they're legally obligated that they have to do that.
Yeah. And yeah, that's a bunch of the new stuff they showed here. I think Sephiroth has a new voice actor. I don't know if that's for any particular reason.
Mm.
I don't know if like that guy became a creep or something, or just didn't have a schedule for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but they have a new guy. I don't know what his name
Mm.
is, so that's it. That's out next year. That'll be a big deal.
Mm.
So yeah, that's Summer Game Fest. What there caught your eye?
Well, obviously, the Final Fantasy game, obviously. That's a big one. Also, but like going all the way up, starting at the top, Resident Evil Veronica is a huge one. Gen Atlas is also a big one because I have loved every single one of Ueda's games, and I will certainly love this one too. Um, I'm still interested in seeing more of Stranger Than Heaven, even if there is some skeezy stuff happen behind the scenes. Um, Star Wars Galactic Racer actually looks really, really fun. It's basically Burnout, but with Star Wars stuff. Um, let's see, Virtua Fighter Crossroads, I'm definitely interested in because it's been a long ass time since we've had a proper Virtua Fighter game. 1666 Amsterdam is a big one for me because, again, that is like the type of shit I love. Um, Let's see. Well, yeah, the blood of Dawnwalker also is probably like the major one here. I've already told Danreb I've called dibs on this one. Um, yeah, that one comes out in September, and holy shit, like the more I see of that game, the more I need it in my veins right frickin' now. Um, and I think. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. For me, I'll probably keep this to ones that have time frames they're out.
Hmm.
Because like Gen Atlas and Mighty Cuphead Adventure, I'd be interested in,
Yeah.
but who knows when those are out. Um, let's see. Yeah, that Gundam game looks pretty neat. Even though I'm not really a
Hmm.
Gundam guy, I do like the idea of Gundam games.
Hmm.
But not many of them have been all that good.
Mm.
For that, but yeah, Star Wars Galactic Racer, I'm excited about.
Mm.
Let's see, Star Wars Zero Company, I'm really interested in. Let's see, Clutch, I like to check that one out.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
Yeah.
I got time to put into Rebirth now, so that'll be a
Yeah.
thing to check out.
Hmm.
And The Wolf Among Us too. I'm
Mm,
looking forward to that one. Hopefully it's not too far away. But yeah, that's gonna do it for Summer Game Fest. We still have two more here and then some more after that.
mm.
Day of the Devs had a bunch of stuff to it. Um, Messhoff announced their new game. That's the studio that formerly made Nidhogg.
Yeah.
They announced Blood Dungeon, the
Mm-hmm.
platforming survival game. It's like a Vampire Survivors thing, but also a platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Mm,
That's got a fun little art style to it. There's Tenebris Somnia,
mm,
which is a sort of 2D adventure game, but they said, fuck it, we'll do FMV cutscenes for this game.
mm-hmm.
So that kind of has a really unique style to it. There's Mr. Records for the PC that is a rhythm. I don't know if it's a rhythm platformer, it's maybe a rhythm adventure game
Yeah.
where you're kind of doing some rhythm stuff to kind of progress through the campaign.
Mm,
That looks really neat. 33 Immortals is finally hitting 1.0 June 10th,
mm,
so that's not too far off. Um, yeah, there's Dreadmore, that is basically what if we did Reg,
mm-hmm.
but in 3D. It's out later this year. Threads of Time got a bit of a showcase. That's the indie JRPG. Is very clearly proving from classics like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy games and all that. I don't think there's a date on that one yet. MetaNet announced their next game. The devs of N plus, and N plus plus.
Mm-hmm.
So they announced N plus Infinity times two, which is essentially they're taking uh, N plus came out on XBLA and kind of had a multiplayer mode to it. That was reasonably popular, and so they're making a essentially a follow up to that,
Yeah.
making this sort of multiplayer focused uh, physics platformer thing with a bunch of little multiplayer modes in it. That seems neat. Into the Unwell got shown off. That's still next year. Bub was an interesting game that got shown off. I just couldn't get an article for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like a narrative adventure game made by a developer that went through an MS diagnosis. Kind of seemed to come out the other side reasonably
Mm-hmm.
okay to kind of work on a game inspired by that experience.
Yeah.
And so that's a really interesting looking game coming out
Mm-hmm.
Q4 of next year.
Yeah.
So that's one to keep an eye on. There's Lazy River, which is kind of a co-op, a co-op slopathon game, whatever you want to call that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But it's basically you're going down this lazy river with your friends. You can build out this raft, um, and the whole caveat is that somebody has peed in the pool,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently that pee water infected everybody and turned them into zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having to fight off the zombies while you're going down this lazy river, and fixing up your raft with materials you're finding along the lazy river and
Mm,
all that. And looks silly and all that in a fun way. They showed off some Prove You're Human, which is the new game from the 1000X Resist developers,
mm-hmm.
which looks pretty neat. There's Ithaca, got shown off for next year. We got to see some Screenbound, which has announced that they're coming out September 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck to them jumping into the fray in September.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. There's Shot One Fighters. I'm blanking on which one that was. Let's see. There's Apple Crumble. This comes from the developer of um, what was it? I forget what she said. Her game was. Previous game was. It was the Duck Detective. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's making a new game that is sort of an interactive mystery, like murder mystery kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Going on. That the games mentioned that are influencing this is mouthwashing and Knives Out, which is certainly a spectrum of games there. or
Mhm.
ideas. I guess the caveat here is that you're going to your grandma's 84th birthday party, and it looks like somebody's going to kill your grandma, and so you need to figure out who that is.
Yeah.
Could be your mom, your midlife crisis uncle, the weird man in your bedroom, maybe
Mhm.
you. I don't know. So yeah, describe it as like something you'll play in an hour or hour and a half
Mm.
kind of thing. So that looks really neat. It's called Apple Crumble.
Mhm.
There's Slap Out of It, which is an adventure game where your interaction with everything is to slap it, and like the art style is very Muppet esque for the at least the human characters.
Mhm.
So you're kind of messing up things or slapping things to grab them, all this kind of stuff. Going through
Mhm.
some kind of fun scenarios here that looks pretty neat. So that's out next year on consoles and PC. Um, yeah, the next ukulele game is Super Ukulele Kart,
Yep.
um, which, contrary to what everyone says, does not look like Super Mario Kart. It
Mm-mm.
looks like Mario Kart Super Circuit, the GBA game,
Yeah.
because it's 3D, pseudo 3D character models, not flat 2D characters. That's the thing that people don't seem to get when they're making that reference here.
Mm.
But looks fine. They're very much going for a lower res art style. I
Mhm.
assume also to lower the budget for the game.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you know more than two of these characters, it's probably a game for you.
Mhm.
That's out. No date yet. So far, just for PC. So I assume that'll come out on everything eventually.
Mhm.
And we got to see a little more of that Into the Fire game, which is like the village that's sort of beset by a volcanic explosion
Mm.
that is set on fire, and you're uh, kind of fight your way through it and get whatever you're going for. Looks
Mhm.
neat out this year. We got Trine 6. They're up to six of those now. September
Mhm.
17th. You can now have four characters instead of three.
Mhm.
That's the big revelation I got now.
Mhm.
And then they showed When Sirens Fall Silent,
Mm.
which is the next game from the studio that did, oh, I forget what the. Martha's Dead. That's right.
Ah.
Town of Light. So
Mhm.
it's one of those kind of indie horror adventure games.
Mhm.
So yeah, that looks neat. And that's Day of the Devs, so some really nice stuff there.
Mhm.
I don't know if you got anything here you're looking forward to.
Not really.
Yeah. I think for me, Screenbound looks really neat.
Mhm.
And not much else that's coming out anytime
Mhm.
soon. Apple Crumble, I think, would be fun to check out. We'll see.
Mhm.
Let's see. We got the Xbox Game Showcase that happened today. That came out, in the swirl of, oh, Xbox might be getting back into console exclusives and all this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
that
nature
turned out
of,
to be that turned out to largely be bull.
well,
I mean, there's a couple of exclusives, but
yeah, their 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 messaging about this is really weird
mhm.
because they very much said, we announced that Gears of War E Day and Clockwork Revolution will be Xbox exclusives. These are not timed exclusives. Games already announced for multi-platform releases will stick to that plan. We're committed to investing in and growing Xbox both on console and beyond.
Mm.
And that doesn't really play out in what they announced here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they showed off Gears of War E Day, which shows Marcus Phoenix used to be an agile character,
Yeah.
and then he becomes a cog and loses that agility.
Yeah, and also gets like a huge dose of steroids as well.
Yeah,
Which I'm pretty sure is like canonically what happens to a lot of the gears. They end up, they especially during like the Locust War or whatever, they end up getting hit um with a bunch of like performance enhancing drugs just to
yeah,
beef them up. Because by that point, by the time the first Gears of War game takes place like towards the end of the Locust War, which is why the next couple of games eventually lead to when it's actually over. So they're all kind of desperate at that point.
Yeah. So the do rag is eternal.
Oh, he will always have that. That's like his character
He
defining
had that
trait.
before E-Day happens.
And he still has it after the war's
Yeah.
over.
So that's a whole thing. But that has only come out to Xbox and PC,
Hmm.
as well as Game Pass October 6th. So they're jumping into that early Xbox or early October fray
Yep.
with a game that's I don't know. We'll see if that game still has juice to it.
Hmm.
I feel like the type of game that Gears of War is maybe has past uh, importance and relevance in this industry.
It's possible. Gears of War was like one of the first like major online console competitive console shooters.
Yeah, and now that's Fortnite, and this
Yeah,
has become a dad game essentially,
sort of. Yeah.
where it's only the olds that care about it.
Hmm.
So we'll see what if that ends up being the case when this comes out.
Uh-huh.
Then we saw Fable, which is still coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC. February 23rd, they announced. So the week after the Tomb Raider game, or 2 weeks after.
Hmm.
They've got they paid a pretty penny for some voice acting and likeness rights. Because I got Haley Atwell in this
Hmm.
of Peggy Carter fame, as well as Nadja from What We Do in the Shadows. She's in this
Yeah.
trailer. I'm like, all right. I don't know that Haley Atwell. Her look fits like the Fable era. She looks like a very
Mm.
modern woman, I guess. Still stands
Yeah.
out as like a modern woman in this game.
Yeah.
I'm like, you look too much like she fits well in like Captain America's, 1950s, 1940s
Hmm.
kind of thing to now. But Fable, she sticks out a bit.
Yeah, a little.
Nadja fits any time frame.
Hmm.
She's got a look that fits any era you want to put her in.
Yeah.
So there's that Halo campaign evolved. I keep forgetting that's the title, and it's a very funny title.
Hmm.
The title that announced we have less than the full game that you used to have for this.
Hmm.
That's out July 28th. Still coming to PS5. And they shut off a bit of the new campaign stuff they added
Hmm.
because there's a couple of missions with Sergeant Johnson
Hmm.
in his younger form,
Yeah.
which is still fighting, the aliens, still all that
Hmm.
stuff. Just some new stuff, and there's like space combat missions in this.
Hmm.
They're kind of at least putting interesting stuff into this versus it just being the campaign,
Hmm.
like avoiding what they did to Gears of War and said, "This is a remaster of the last remaster." No, we're not
Hmm.
adding new things to this.
Yeah.
So they're at least doing something more to that. So I think it's $50, so they're not charging full price for that.
Hmm.
There's Resonance, Plague Tale Legacy. That's August 27th, so later this summer.
Mm.
Uh, that looked neat. A little more actiony than the other two games were.
Mm.
So I guess why it's a spinoff of those. We finally got to see Persona 4 Revival, which is coming to PS5, Xbox, PC, and Game Pass February 18th.
Mm.
So February's starting to get crowded there. And also the thing that stuck out is like, boy, they've changed the voice acting for every single character that I cared about in the original game.
Hmm.
At first, I couldn't tell the main character and Yosuke apart.
Hmm.
It sounds like Yosuke's voiced by what was it? Johnny Young Bosch was the
Yeah,
MC in the original.
I think he was.
That's what it sounds like Yosuke is, and I was like, boy, he's chatty all of a sudden, and it's like, oh, that's Yosuke. Okay.
Hmm.
Hopefully, he's less homophobic, transphobic, and fatphobic in this game
Uh.
because he hits the trifecta in the original game. That's the big down note of that game.
Hmm.
So hopefully, they wrote him better.
Let's just say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. So they got like stuff from Golden with Marie and all that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, they're selling all the editions. For physical, there's a $70 base edition. There's a $250 collector's edition. On digital, you can spend $70 for the standard, 85 for the digital or for the deluxe edition.
Mm-hmm.
Get you outfits and persona sets and maybe some background music. And then a premium edition for $100. Uh, Premium editions where all the background music stuff comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want Persona 4 to not sound like Persona 4, which I don't know why you would want that.
Seriously, why? It's like one of the best soundtracks in gaming history.
What if you want it to sound like Persona 3? Or what about Persona 5?
Ugh.
Like, then I would go play those games. Again, there's multiple versions of each of those games you can play
Mm-hmm.
with their own music. So yeah, they'll sell you everything because they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, State of Decay 3, despite not being announced for PS5 before, is coming to PS5 next
Mm-hmm.
year. This breaks with the whole thing of if it was announced for PS5 before, it'll stay that. Otherwise, everything else is exclusive because this one hasn't been talked about in probably at least 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I guess they maybe consider this a live service game.
Mm.
I guess is not surprising too. Got a lot of updates post launch,
Yeah.
so sure. But hey, give us State of Decay 3 and not the first game or the second game at any point in the last few years. But whatever. Metro
Mm-hmm.
2033 is out in February. No dates. That's still PS5, Xbox, and PC. We got a neat looking indie game called Bad Magpie,
Mm-hmm.
which seems like what if Untitled Goose Game had a magpie who could cause more damage, I guess,
Yeah.
in terms of setting fire to flowers and
Mm-hmm.
causing more chaos than what the goose could do in Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Because that guy just annoyed a nerdy kid and some old people.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's setting fires.
Yeah, this shit's a legit menace.
So that's the thing. We got
Mm-hmm.
Wolong 2, Wings of Ember
Mm-hmm.
from Team Ninja. That's out early next year on everything, as well as Game Pass.
Mm.
Then we got Join Us, which looks like somebody saw Far Cry 5 and said, what if we turn that into a cult simulation survival game?
Mm-hmm.
Because that seems like what this is. That's on PS5, Xbox, PC, coming out in March. So
Mm.
that's a fun thing. We got the next Hellblade game, but it's just called Senua
Mm-hmm.
because I guess it's more actiony than the other games were.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the feedback they took from Hellblade 2
Mm.
is that we need to make an action game
Mm.
instead of a game that's kind of boring. I don't say that as a negative so much as it's just a game that's very slowly paced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not as good as the first game was.
Yeah.
But this is coming to PS5, despite it not existing until today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's weird, but okay. Let's see. Doom: The Dark Ages is getting an expansion called Revelation.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
Mm-mm.
I found that funny, and also a name popped into my head, Revelations, while this trailer was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I was like, seems like a Revelations, whatever there's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And that ended up being the title. I was like, I don't know what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's available July 7th, so pretty soon. We need more
Mm.
Doom. Hell has frozen over,
Mm-hmm.
as they proclaim in the trailer. So there's that. Then we had Sega show back up to announce Crazy Taxi World Tour for
Mm-hmm.
everything next year, and then we found out pretty quickly it's using Gen AI.
Mm-hmm.
The Steam page shows that pretty clearly, saying at Sega Corporation we utilize Gen AI as a support tool for developers, aiming to provide better content to our users and enable developers to focus more on creative tasks.
Mm,
We have used such generative AI support tools during development of Crazy Taxi World Tour. No AI was used in reference to the performers in the game,
mm-hmm.
which is like, okay, you're not using it for the performers in the game. What about anything else?
Mm,
Also, this statement reads like PR wrote it
mm-hmm.
because it doesn't really explain anything about what it was used for.
Yeah.
So Game Informer got in touch with Sega to confirm like what exactly it was used for, and the way they um, describe it is at Sega. Or no, this might be the same statement here. Okay, but yeah, it seemed like they had gotten a response. Yeah, this repeats some of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Generative AI is available as an optional support tool for developers, enabling our teams to focus more on creative
Mm-hmm.
tasks and ultimately focus on what matters most, delivering better games to our customers.
Mm-hmm.
Generative AI was used to support our teams during the development of background assets for Crazy Taxi World Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Assets generated were still subject to review by the development team,
Mm.
which then makes it seem like a lot of signage and I don't know, maybe background locations were developed with Gen AI. I don't know, but it still makes it seem like okay, there's more use of it in the game than the original description had.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just kind of sours it. I was excited for a Crazy Taxi game, a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, I still got Crazy Taxi and Crazy Taxi 2 at least on the Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm.
Every other version, not great.
Yeah.
Mostly control wise,
Mm.
because the emulation, not great.
No.
Because you had to have specific timing for the crazy dash and all that stuff you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't pull that off consistently, then it's a bad time.
Mm.
This one seemed like potentially fun because it has like 5 cities and other stuff to go do in there. They had like fishing show up in the trailer and all that. It's like, oh, that's neat. But now it's like, well, that's a shame. So there's that. That's the crazy taxi thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we got an expansion for Age of Empires 4, Raiders of the North. It's out later this year.
Mm.
Minecraft Dungeons 2 is out September 29th. Just like, good luck. I know Minecraft is a big deal, but Dungeons not so much.
No.
So going in that fray with Silent Hill and all those other games,
Mm-hmm.
best of luck, Microsoft. Then we got Magicians, The Devil's Deal,
Yep.
which looked pretty neat. And yeah, that's kind of a first-person action adventure kind of thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of cool. Um, that is coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
PS5, Xbox, PC. Apparently, I linked the wrong thing, so I'll fix that in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Valor Mortis. That game had been the talk for a bit as like another the first-person Souls-like.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be out September 24th. Another game going into that fight, so
Mm.
good luck to them. Let's see what else we got here. Castlevania Belmont's Curse is out at October 15th.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't mention the Switch 2 version here, so I bet that's in a direct.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Where Winds Meet is out on Xbox now. That gotcha game. It also has
Mm-hmm.
AI in it. Other that one has NPCs powered by AI.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one where I was like interested in checking it out, like I do all these other games, and I was like, well, I can free up the space now. Let's see. Then we got Vivarium, the other
mm-hmm.
indie game. There's also an Xbox exclusive, Xbox and PC and Game Pass.
Yeah.
That looks really neat. It's got a very, I don't know if you'd say Studio Ghibli. It might be
It's
more
it's got a more like 1980s anime
like almost
vibe.
Lupin the Third vibes to some of its art
Yeah,
style.
late 70s, early to mid 80s,
Yeah, maybe
that kind of thing.
I was trying to think what was it 009? The that Android anime.
Oh, Cyborg 009.
Yeah, that one. It's like there's a little bit of that in this, like
Yeah,
always.
it like I said, it's got a very late 70s, early 80s sort of thing to it. It reminds me of sort of like more laid back sort of anime films that came out around that time. You mentioned Studio Ghibli, and Studio Ghibli did have like a major hand in those types of movies, but yeah, there's also I can also see bits of like early Toriyama in here. Um,
Yeah,
there's a little bit of there's even like a little bit of like barefoot Gen here too, which is very morbid, but I mean it fits the style. So um
yeah,
and there's just yeah, just like those more like laid back anime movies of that era. Yeah. And yeah, it definitely looks real. It looks great.
yeah. Which is neat because Crunchyroll's involved in this game, which makes
Yeah.
some sense here.
Mm-hmm.
The other developers, Studio Meadowflower and Shochiku Games,
Mm,
who's working on like Broken Lore games and some of the Moomin stuff.
mm-hmm.
So they got some interesting talent working on this game.
Mm.
That's out next year, and yeah, it's kind of a life sim kind of game, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe a little of that like um, was it Boku Natsuyomi, something like that. Or was like the summer vacation kind of game.
Yeah.
That's because you got like a timer that you're watching as you go through this game.
Yeah.
That it looks like a fun little thing here.
It does have like a very huge like dose of nostalgia to go with it.
Yeah,
Because a lot of those movies that I was talking about, they like have a strong nostalgic quality, and I don't mean by the fact that because they were made in like the 80s, but specifically in the 80s they had like a very nostalgic quality to them because they those started coming out during the huge economic boom that Japan was experiencing, and there
yeah,
was like a lot of sort of people that were nostalgic for like the simpler days of like the 60s and 70s, you know.
yeah,
Like that image of that one image they got right here of the girl you're playing like lying on the hilltop with the dragonflies around her where there's like the lone power line over there, like that is straight out of like that kind of thing.
yeah. Like a very summer vacation kind of vibe
Yeah, which makes
to it.
sense because that's generally when a lot of those types of stories take place.
Yeah. So yeah, that looks neat. Then we got a logo for Persona 6. And that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the same thing happened with Persona 5.
Yeah. But also that wasn't at a showcase. That was just
No.
they announced it and put up a website and
Yeah.
then everybody was, fixated on that for a while.
Yeah, like a red field with like an image of like a chair with a ball and chain attached to it.
Yeah, and then they had a weird stream. You remember that
Hmm.
live stream thing
Yes, I do.
that people were like, "Oh, they're gonna announce stuff here," and they just showed like that image, and then it was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" People were very mad.
Very.
So I guess it's not that much of a similar thing here because people are just like, "Oh, it's a logo." Okay,
Hmm.
there's other things to pay attention to. Um. So yeah, that's PS5 and Xbox. No Switch 2 announcement
Hmm.
or anything. Then we got Spyro: A Realm Beyond. This is the Toys for Bob game that they were working on for a while.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, because they split off from Activision Blizzard when they got acquired by Microsoft,
Hmm.
and then signed a deal to work on a game for Activision.
Hmm.
So that's this one. It'll be out this spring. PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
Hmm.
And that's got a weird vibe to it because they don't show any actual gameplay of Spyro on the ground.
Hmm.
It's just flight. And so people are like, wait, it's not just flying stuff, is it?
Hmm.
Now, the description here says, built to welcome a new generation while giving longtime fans something entirely fresh. Spiral A Realm Beyond invites players to explore, discover, and
Mm-hmm.
take flight like never before. That's right, not gliding, not a limited set of flight levels, through dragon flight.
Mm.
People are like, why the hell do we want dragon flight?
Like the flight levels were some of the most frustrating of the original trilogy.
Yeah, so that's also PS1 games. Um, but if this whole game is just flight levels, people will be mad
Oh,
because
people are
they
going to be pissed.
because the rumor was like Spyro the Dragon 4,
Hmm.
like Crash Bandicoot 4. And if that happened and like Crash Bandicoot was only like the chase stages, people would
Hmm.
be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" No, they got a whole game that was as hard as you would want.
Hmm.
Harder than people remembered the original games being, but it was as hard as them, if not more so, because they built in all those extra uh, difficulty stuff to collect.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, there's that. And a Clockwork Revolution showed up again
Yeah,
with a very story-heavy trailer that gave me very Outer Worlds vibes.
very Outer Worlds with a little bit of Bioshock thrown in. Yeah,
Yeah, to which I was like, I have Outer Worlds if I want to play it. I don't want a second one of those. And I think
yeah, but
I might not
this
have mentioned
one,
before, as I rented the Outer Worlds 2 from GameFly, played
hmm,
half of the first mission and sent it back because I was so not in the mood for more of that.
yeah,
So it's like, and they just put out the remaster, or not remaster, the upgraded version of the Outer Worlds on
hmm,
Xbox and PlayStation, all that.
yeah,
It had its own shitstorm because they said from the start, if you had the base game, you would get upgraded to the full Baster's Choice Edition. And
hmm,
said like a week later, a week before launch, like, oh, we're not doing that.
mm,
Which people had bought it while it was on sale, thinking they were going to get the upgrade for free, and now they had to go through support to get it, but they started
mm,
making good on that. But yeah,
yeah.
this seemed
I always found it like hilariously ironic that they decided to name their collector's edition as the Spacer's Choice because you remember what Spacer's Choice reputation is in the game, right?
yeah, there's a huge corporation that everybody hates.
Yeah, because they produce nothing but cheap breakable shit.
Yeah,
Their whole their whole motto is literally you've tried the best, now try the rest.
yeah. So yeah, um, this one, yeah, similarly is like a first-person action RPG thing.
Yeah,
Got a little bit of gameplay, and it's the thing that sets it apart is it's more of a steampunk setting
yeah,
here.
and it does lean more into the BioShock stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. And honestly, it just looks like I like the Outer Worlds. This just looks more interesting.
yeah. It looks a little bit different. To me, it was just like it's got similar vibes enough that I'm like, I don't know.
Eh. Well, it's
Uh,
also got a lot of that like British class conflict snark to it,
yeah,
which I'm
um,
all into. But
yeah, but yeah, this is out next year.
I will say one thing about it. Some of the character animations look a little off. Like
Yeah,
they're clearly the game is still clearly in development, and like I'm not saying it's a deal breaker because I've played great games with wonky animation before, but a lot of folks aren't as forgiving as I am.
yeah, and it's In Exile Entertainment, who's not a studio that is known for super high quality animation.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not to
right.
that's not to be negative about them. It's just they have a limitation to their skill set.
Mhm.
That's fine. But the way they're pumping this up like it's the next big RPG is like I sure hope it matches that for people.
Mhm.
I could see it easily underwhelming people
Mhm.
when they see when they can see the seams between the things that are going on here.
Mhm.
But yeah, this looks neat though. It's out next year. They try to do um, a joke thing of like still doing the it's out in due time.
Mhm.
then had the Gears like grind that up into 2027.
Mm,
And yeah, like I mentioned, it's the other game that's sticking with Xbox and PC,
mm-hmm,
not going to PS5, so that'll be another thing
mm,
going against it. And then they ended on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, showing off the DMZ mode
mm-hmm.
because that game is set in Korea, so DMZ is a literal DMZ,
Yeah.
which they showed it off in probably the most boring way possible
Mm,
because it was like a team of three, and you're, I guess, the person that gets killed right away.
yeah.
So you're just watching the other two doing stuff in spectator mode that is shown in like a body cam camera
Mm-hmm,
that apparently has been in the other Call of Duty games,
mm-hmm,
but nobody likes it because it's, shaky and looks like shit and all that.
mm-hmm,
It was an interesting way of showing that game off to the audience that pays attention to this stuff,
mm-hmm.
make it look as boring as possible. So yeah, that's out October 23rd. So
Mm-hmm.
there's your Xbox showcase. Anything here you're interested in, Brandon?
Yeah, there's definitely a few things. Let's see, starting from the top. I actually am interested in Gears of War E-Day because I've on top of the playing the games, I've read like some of the tie-in material, the books and everything, and I'm like really endlessly fascinated with like the coalition of ordered governments and what life in it is like, simply because the games and its overall canon has always been really inconsistent. Um, because there's like parts where they talk about like life in the cog is like cog is this authoritarian totalitarian society, and yet at the same time they also have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. There's a lot of like private enterprise and huge corporations on top of the apparently socialist economic management, and there's like all these big monuments and the repeating various symbols, and it's like, in a weird way, if you look at it, it's basically the history of America through like a funhouse mirror. And it's like it's just it fascinates me just because of how like it's just it never really it mentions a lot, never really goes into good detail about it. And E-Day in the Gears of War like canon, E-Day, that's Emergence Day. That's when the locusts show up for the first time. And by the time you play the first like actual Gears of War game came out, like I said earlier, they're like basically like the last third of the war. Um, but before that, they had basically been spending like 79 to almost 80 years in what was called the Pendulum War, where they were fighting against their geopolitical rival, the UIR, which was obviously supposed to be like some kind of mirror for the Soviet Union or whatever. But this is like this game starts with the cog in peacetime, which is something we've never ever seen in any of these games before. um, but yeah, I wanted that. I want to see more of Fable. The recent stuff they recently put out actually looks good. Unlike some of the stuff they had put out previously, which left a lot of people kind of questioning where the game was going.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Persona 4 Revival. I mean, I love Persona 4. I would love to be able to relive that experience again with you know, a different, a more advanced playing style than what the OG Persona 4 was. I like the OG Persona 4. Um, but this one, like on top of like remaking it, it also adds in a lot of the material from from like Persona 4 Golden that we didn't get for a while. Um, Also, Metro 2039 is a definitely a big one because I love the Metro series, and I want to, I'm just so interested in seeing where they're going with this one. Because, like, it's very obvious that the story is heavily inspired by the war in Ukraine right now
yeah,
in, like, a lot of different ways. Especially when you consider that the author of the original books is, a Russian exile I think he lives in Ukraine because he had to flee his country because he is an opponent of the war. Um, let's see. Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I haven't played a Castlevania game like in that style in a long time, and I want to be able to do that again. Vivarium also looks interesting. Um, Obviously, I'm interested in Persona 6, despite the very little we were given. And also Clockwork Revolution. I'm interested in that too.
Yeah, I think for me, probably more of the third party stuff on this.
Mm,
Like Bad Magpie. I like the
mm,
idea of a bird that's just an asshole,
mm-hmm,
a destructive asshole. Which is there are some of the types of birds that are definitely just assholes. They
mm-hmm.
like to fuck things around.
Yeah, they're called Canadian geese.
Yeah,
Evil, evil little bastards that will attack anything on sight
yeah,
just because they can.
yeah. So that one looks really fun. I really liked Untitled Goose Game. This one has some more like destructive vibes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivarium also. I'm forward to that one. I kept
Mm-hmm.
expecting a turn to be like, what was it? Goody Two Shoes, the
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix published game. It's like got similar visual vibes to this, but
Oh,
also
you
goes
mean
towards a
Goody Two
horror
Shoes? The Goody Two Shoes. The it was like the yeah, I
classic
remember.
Disney horror game.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
I was expecting like sinister vibes to keep coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, um, Castlevania. I'm kind of interested in that because I like the Dead Cells. This game doesn't look like a Castlevania game to me.
Yeah.
It looks like a Dead Cells game,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't a turn off. It's just like just doesn't look like it should be
Mm,
called Castlevania.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, Persona 6. I think the thing they're talking about theme wise, it's about rumors and conspiracies and such. And I'm like, oh, so like the first two games? Because I really like a way to play the first two Persona games on modern platforms. Because those games are really quite good. They're just different gameplay wise to what the uh, modern Persona is.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wouldn't want them to change any of that. It's like
Mm,
still have the first person dungeon crawling stuff.
mm,
I think that's still pretty fun for what it is. But yeah, that's uh, that's kind of it for there.
mm-hmm.
Then I have a section here of just more things that got announced in other showcases or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
We have one game going after the GTA crown. It is Barbie Rewind
Mm-hmm.
from Atari and Digital Clips. They essentially built a really interesting game that is both retro and new.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're basically building out this Barbie dream house
Mm-hmm.
by playing 16 classic Barbie games.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you are like doing achievements to get things to put in the house,
Mm-hmm.
the dream house, what they're doing there, but you do get things to put in the dream house while playing a
Mm-hmm.
variety of Barbie games coming out from the Game Boy to I think the GBA, Genesis, Super Nintendo. I think
Mm-hmm.
even through like the PS1 and PS2 era of games. Not sure if they put out a list of it yet. It would be funny to see Barbie Horse Adventures show up in this,
Mm-hmm.
considering that was like the legendary Xbox backwards compatible game. They did mention Barbie Horse Adventures Blue Ribbon Race, but I don't know if that's the Xbox One game. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
that's GBA game there. So yeah, I don't know, but that's a neat idea to you know put a game out around the time of GTA, but it's going for an audience that probably doesn't care about GTA,
Mm-hmm.
which is young girls and those that are fun for those games.
Mm-hmm. The Nintendo one, I played that when I was a kid. I thought it was pretty fun. It was
Yeah,
also infuriating, but that's a Nintendo game for you.
that was licensed games on the Nintendo.
Yes. Some of them could be fun. Some of them weren't. All of them were infuriating.
They were made on the assumption that you were stupid kids that didn't know what a good game was and didn't need the effort put into it to make it good.
And to be fair, most of us were.
Yeah,
You got to remember when the Nintendo came out, by that point, video games had a pretty bad reputation.
yeah.
So, you know,
It's just the spirit of the way licensed games were on the Atari,
yeah,
which was we paid a lot of money for this license. It better sell us X amount of games to recoup that back
yeah.
and more, and that's how we go.
And if Ocean Software is in there somewhere, let's just say some money's changed hands and some people didn't get paid.
Yeah. So let's see. We got Cozy Grove, Camp Spirits, the sequel to Cozy Grove. Uh, that was made by studios owned by Netflix, who then broke out onto their own, and are now bringing that to all the consoles on
hmm
July 15th. So you can check that one out pretty soon if you like your Animal Crossing kind of game. This is one of those, but with like spirits, um, bears, and all that kind of stuff. So that's a fun one. Deer and Boy, we talked about this before, was announced for a June release date, but no specific
hmm
date, and we finally got one of June 23rd. So that's not too far away here. So that's neat. This is a game called Entropy that looks really interesting. It is a turn-based RPG,
Oh yeah,
but has a really interesting kind of Kingsfield-esque kind of art style to it.
yeah. Kingsfield,
Um,
for those of you who don't know, that was the super hard action RPG that From Software made before they created Dark Souls. Well,
yeah,
Demon Souls, but you get the idea.
first-person Dark Souls, basically.
Yeah, it was first person. It was first person Demon Souls. It had like a lot of it had like a heavy dose of like old school dungeon crawler type stuff in it cuz all those old school dungeon crawler games had that like first person thing to it. It was like it was like one of the key aspects of that genre. But they also added in the the famously brutal combat and other mechanics.
Yeah,
And yes, it actually looks really cool. I might
yeah,
actually, did they have this? Is there a demo on Steam? I might go ahead and look into this.
yeah. There's a demo. It's supposed to be out now.
Yeah, I might go
Uh,
ahead and look into it.
yeah, it looks like this will be coming to early access
Mm-hmm.
sometime August 18th. It says here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a good bit away. So
Yeah.
there's that. There's Forever Ago. This is a game that was in some showcase in the past. Um, yeah, it's like a road trip adventure game
Mm-hmm.
where you're kind of living out of a like a VW van kind of thing. This will be
Mm-hmm.
out October 8th. So Annapurna Interactive putting out a game in that early October time frame,
Mm-hmm.
trying their luck. That's out on PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun to see. Then we got Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered,
Mm-hmm.
the GameCube Godzilla game.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was one of those like 7 out of 10s. That was like as good as Godzilla games got
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, and became the game that people really liked. And so yeah, this is an Unreal Engine 5 remake of that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be coming out November 3rd for $29.99 on PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC.
Mm.
So that'll be nice to see.
Yeah. Uh, and I'm pretty sure this is if I'm what I'm looking at. Um, if you've ever heard of there's like a creepy pasta that involves I'm not particularly sure if it's this specific game. It's one of the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters games that came out for the NES like
Yeah,
many
this was
years ago.
GameCube, so I don't think it was
Yeah,
this
that's what I
one.
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this was a 2002 Arena Fighter,
Yep.
so not that. So yeah, that looks really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Exodus.
Yep.
No date on that, just some gameplay.
Yeah, stuff comes out next year,
Yeah,
2027. And yeah, this is one of the things I was really excited to see. They actually showed us 19 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay. Um, and like showed how the game actually plays. And yeah, I want it
yep.
like right now.
You can't have it right now.
I
You
know.
have to wait.
I have to wait. I know.
Let's see. We got Hitman Classic Trilogy Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
That's being done by Saber Interactive. Uh, which kind of sucks because Saber Interactive CEO is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Um, he got into a controversy after Space Marine 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, basically replying to an Asmongold video,
Yeah.
saying some stupid shit with
Mm-hmm.
his name as the username. So it was
Mm-hmm.
hard to be like, oh, that couldn't be me.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fucking name, idiot.
Mm,
But yeah, this would be interesting because the first three games: Hitman Codename 47, Hitman
mm-hmm.
2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, like the three games that basically came out before the game started selling better to a wider audience, which was Blood Money was the one that the series kind of started breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got this like remastered version of it, maybe more of a remade version, but I guess you
Yeah.
can hop back and forth between the old and new visuals.
Yeah, I am wondering if they're gonna like re-record the lines for the first game because yeah, so like the very first Hitman game, it was really good and it garnered a really good reputation, with the exception of the recorded dialogue.
Yeah,
The recorded dialogue, like okay, the guy who voices which one is he?
Agent 47.
Agent 47, the guy who voices him. He's basically been voicing this guy pretty much the entire series
Yeah,
and he did not do a good job in the first one.
yeah, probably his first gig in
Yeah.
games, and probably I think it was IO's first game, so
Mhm.
match made in heaven there
Yeah.
for people that didn't necessarily know what they were doing,
Yeah.
trying to make a game.
Mhm.
Luckily for them, they get a chance to redo it, so I assume they are with that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, that could be neat.
Mhm.
Let's see. We got Moss, the Forgotten Relic. This is the sort of collection of the two Moss games in
Yeah.
one package, made for flat screens. That'll
Mhm.
be out July 16th, so not too far
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
Also on July 16th, Power Wash Simulator 2's Star Wars DLC is going to be out, which I'm
Mhm.
excited for. It's $10 instead of the usual eight, but you also get six jobs instead of five.
Mhm.
So we get a little bit of extra work to it. And they're still not talking much about the specific jobs you get here, but they do show.
Mhm.
I think it's the AT-AT is the
Mhm.
big ass thing on Hoth.
Mhm.
Um, so that's cool. They have one of those you can clean. I believe there's the moisture farm.
Yep.
Um, the inside of some starship. I don't know if it's uh, I don't know. The the X-wing is one you get to clean, and I forget what the other jobs are going to be. But yeah, it looks really neat. Making good use of the Star Wars license here.
Mhm.
Um,
Wait,
you
you
were
said the
playing,
moisture. You said the moisture farm, right?
yeah, I
From A
believe
New Hope.
that's the one that they're showing here.
Yeah, wouldn't it be really, really dark if they included that one thing?
Oh, the skeletons.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go outside from what they show.
Ah, damn.
Seems to show the inside parts
I
of
don't
the
know.
house.
That'd just be a really darkly funny Easter egg.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a little out of the bounds of what their
Mm,
ESRB ratings are.
meh.
Not that they don't get dark to some degree, but not that
Mm,
dark.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, you are playing a droid named
Mhm.
POW2,
Yeah.
you know, Power Wash 2.
Mhm.
That's fun. I'm excited for that. Let's see, we got Star Trek Shadow Frontier. This is
Mhm.
another Bloober Team game. So it is a psychological thriller set in the Star Trek universe,
Mhm.
um, which is like not a thing I ever expected to happen,
No,
and not a thing
but
that
I
I
mean,
want to play. But I'm sure there'll be people that want to check that out.
eh,
But yeah, that's a thing that will be available at some point next year, I
mhm.
think.
Yeah.
And yeah, back to some more retro collections. There's Toy Story 3 Complete Edition.
Mhm.
That's going to be available. It's a digital clips thing that will be out on everything October 15th.
Mhm.
This is a remaster of the Toy Story 3 game, which is notable because it essentially was a game that had a basic campaign to go through, but also like a sandbox mode
Yeah.
where you could build out a bunch of things in it with the various characters from the
Mhm.
game, and it was kind of a really ambitious kind of Disney license game.
Yeah, especially for a tie-in. Like,
Yeah, yeah, the toy box mode is what they called it.
mhm.
So that's cool. And then they're also doing the Toy Story retro roundup
Mhm.
collection that is also out October 15th. This includes classic Toy Story games. I'm trying to see if there's a list. Toy Story 1995, Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, which
Mhm.
I think is the 3D platformer on the PS1. There's Toy Story 2 from 1999, Buzz Lightyear Star Command 2000,
Mhm.
Toy Story Racer, because every game needed a racing game, or every
Mhm.
franchise. And their bonus game is the Bugs Life game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have various versions from the PS1, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and other platforms that are represented here.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can check it out and see some games that are mostly not great, but
Mm.
that 3D platformer is pretty neat.
Yeah.
I think it's just got inverted controls.
Yeah.
So I think that's one that's they fixed in the remaster on the PS5. They put these
Mm.
on the classics collection there.
Mhm.
You can play those without the collection here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has rewind, save states, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
You can deal with all that. So yeah, that's neat. And there's some behind the scenes videos with that. I don't think to the extent of what the original the other collections they've done have had the master collections, but still
Mhm.
better than what you usually get.
Yeah.
And Truck Coon is supporting me from another world.
Yeah.
It finally has a release date. This is one of many games that Strange Scaffold has been putting out.
Mhm.
This is their new one that is a vehicular action game that is
Yep.
also an isekai where you play a truck. Which, if you notice, the truck has a face on it
Yep.
with the headlights and all that. This is out July 29th. The fun thing
Mhm.
is you are doing this driving action stuff,
Oh yeah.
but on the bottom of the screen, the things you're doing is adding to this like idle RPG game that's being played down there.
Yeah.
So you kind of run over things, I think, to help do damage. I forget what the specifics are
Yeah.
on that, but yeah, pretty neat. Let me see here. Yeah, they got a ska-inspired soundtrack, because why not?
Yeah. Sure.
So there's that. Until Then has DLC coming out called After Images.
Mhm.
That's coming out June 18th, so that's not too far away.
Yeah.
I know Dana will probably be checking that one out.
Oh yeah.
Vampire Survivors has DLC coming out soon called Legacy of the Blood Moon.
Mhm.
I think it's just out this summer.
Mhm.
They also announced they are forming a new studio or a new label called Survivaton
Mhm.
for all of their survivors based projects.
Yeah.
putting a pretty decent label on it instead of the bullet heaven name that people have given the genre,
Mm,
which doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
It relies on you knowing what a bullet hell is
Yep.
and some sort of nuance to why you would call it bullet heaven.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't make sense either way.
Hmm.
But Steam has it as a tag, so people are going to think that's the official name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that DLC will be out, and they're working on a Switch 2 version of Vampire Survivors. Makes
Hmm.
sense. If you want to drain your Switch 2 batteries fast, play those games.
Yeah. Seriously.
And we'll end here with Wild Blue Skies. The furry Star Fox clone is coming
Yep.
out um, August 13th for PS5, Xbox, and PC.
And is also being headed up by the original. Uh, I think the original programmer for the original Star Fox.
Mm, I don't know. Because I know that was people that are at Q Games.
Mm,
Those are the former devs that worked at Argonauts on the Star Fox games.
that's true.
So I don't know if they're working on this too, but this is Chuhai Labs. They
Hmm.
made Curse to Golf and a few other games. Um, yeah, that looks really good. I played the demo of that and that played pretty well.
Hmm.
Other than it being a hard demo to just skip past the story cutscene that's like 2 minutes long.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's out pretty soon. So yeah, that's the other stuff here. That's still not even close to even a half of what was announced. But I
Hmm.
had to cut off at some point. So yeah, anything here you're looking forward to, Brandon? This last little chunk.
Oh, yes. Obviously, Exodus is the big one for me. That is one I have, like, absolutely just crazy to be able to play. Um, Slowly losing my mind over the fact that I can't play it right now, but whatever. Um, Starting from the top, let's see. Entropy actually looks pretty neat too. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and get that demo downloaded. Um, but let's see. Also, Moss the Forgotten Relic. I never got to play the original games because I never had a VR headset. Um, and these were like the Moss games were like the original sort of like major VR headset games that were released. And it looks fun. I want to play it. Um, let's see. And of course, Wild Blue Skies, because we've got the new version of Star Fox that's coming for Nintendo. That's just a remake of Star Fox 64. I want to play something that's like original,
Yeah,
and this is the best we're going to be getting for right now.
yeah. Though we're getting the new remake of Star Fox 64 in a couple weeks here.
Yeah.
See where that goes.
Uh huh. We'll see.
Um, is that all for you?
Yep.
For me, I think Gear and Boy would be something I like to check out.
Hmm.
Um, as well as Forever Ago. Hopefully,
Mm,
I'll get some time for that. We'll see. Um, I'd probably review Hitman Classic Trilogy Remastered, so I don't have to buy it.
yeah.
But I will buy the Power Wash Simulator 2
Mm,
DLC for Star Wars
yeah.
because hell yeah. And Truck Coon will also be something I'd like to check out.
Hmm.
Might see about getting a review code for that. And yeah, I'll get the Vampire Survivors DLC because why not?
Uh,
Throw it on the pile of other DLCs so that I have way too much to do in that game. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it unless you have anything to add
nope.
on anything that happened here on this show.
Not really, other than the fact that the YouTube streaming for the Summer Game Fest stream absolutely sucked. The quality kept dipping all over the place.
Yeah, the audio was out of sync a lot of times, and it
Oh
seemed
yeah.
like the player did not know how to handle when they were trying to fix it. It
Mm,
would just have times where it either replayed things you had just seen or it would skip ahead so you'd miss them. And so you'd be like, and part of it I was like, I don't need to see the rest of this Assassin's Creed Black Flag trailer.
mm,
I know I'm not getting it, so thanks for skipping me to the end.
mm,
Um, the Twitch version was bad because it was locked at 720p,
mm,
and that just also skipped a bunch. Mostly like it was running poorly for a Twitch stream.
mm,
It's supposed to be running at 60 FPS. It's like these are two bad ways to watch this thing. And so it was nice when I was watching a couple of talkover streams that other people were having issues with that same thing.
mm,
So I was like, that makes me feel better. It was like it wasn't me that was the only one that noticed this shit.
mm,
Um, so yeah, it would suck to be a developer that had to rely on people being able to watch those streams
mm,
and dealing with them just running like shit after you're paying all this money to get a spot on these things.
mm.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the show this week. So thank you, Brandon, for joining.
Always.
We'll be back next week to recap anything else that happened. Maybe a direct Nintendo Direct will happen this week. That's
Mm,
what everybody's saying. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Um, and we'll talk about games we've been playing because we'll have more time for that next week. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a good week ahead. If you enjoy the show, feel free to recommend it to select strangers,
mm,
friends, family, anybody that is also not sure why the hell everybody's releasing at the end of
mm.
September and that first week of October.
Yeah.
Everybody is so afraid of GTA that they're all screwing each other over.
Mm,
That's maybe not a great way, and I'm sure we'll see announcements here in the next few weeks of games moving out of that spot,
mm.
either moving up or moving closer to GTA.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be playing footsie, trying to get as close as
Mm,
they can
yeah.
without upsetting Take Two's money machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a good week ahead. We will see you all next time. Have a good one.
Bye.